On November 23, 2025, Myanmar authorities officially announced a major raid targeting an online scamming center in Shwe Kokko, a town located near the Thai border. According to the country's military, after a 5-day operation from November 18th to 22nd, security forces arrested 1,590 foreign nationals who had entered Myanmar illegally and were believed to be involved in large-scale cyber fraud and online gambling activities in the area. Shwe Kokko has long been known as a hub for online scam operations, where many buildings function as living quarters and workplaces for cybercrime groups running sophisticated fraud networks. The government's statement indicated that the criminal activities in Shwe Kokko ranged from romance scams to investment fraud, all tied closely to illegal online gambling. The arrest of such a large number of foreign nationals underscores the seriousness and massive scale of scam operations along the Myanmar-Thailand border. According to the Global New Light of Myanmar, most of those arrested were foreigners, though their identities and nationalities were not fully disclosed. It was only revealed that many were Chinese citizens. This lack of transparency raised questions about whether the raid was truly part of an international crackdown on cybercrime or simply a move driven by domestic political considerations. Along with the arrests, authorities seized a huge amount of equipment used in the scam and gambling operations. Security forces confiscated 2,893 computers, 21,750 mobile phones, 101 Starlink satellite receivers, 21 routers, and various other materials connected to online activity. These numbers show the enormous scale of the technological infrastructure that scam groups in Shwe Kokko had built, relying on modern satellite-based internet systems to maintain stable connectivity. The use of satellite networks such as Starlink in scam compounds has been reported by international media before. According to several sources, Starlink devices were brought into places like Shwe Kokko to ensure uninterrupted internet access, even if local networks were monitored or disrupted. This suggests that the scam operations were not run by simple small-scale fraudsters, but involved well-funded and professionally managed IT networks. This raid also marks a significant escalation in Myanmar's efforts to combat online crime, especially with the involvement of the Karen Border Guard Force, or BGF. The BGF is a powerful ethnic armed group operating along the Myanmar-Thailand border and is believed to maintain close ties with the military government. Their cooperation in this operation signals that the authorities are, at least publicly, becoming more determined to tackle cybercrime centers. Shwe Kokko had been raided before. According to Myanmar's announcement, this was the second time in the year that the BGF conducted a crackdown in the area. Earlier raids also resulted in the arrest of thousands, but the scam center soon resumed operations. This highlights how difficult it is to dismantle such scam factories and how persistent government efforts must be. The rise of scam compounds along Myanmar's borders is not new. For years, international reports have highlighted the region as a safe haven for transnational cybercrime networks. People brought into these compounds were often recruited under false promises of legal employment, but were later forced to conduct online fraud schemes involving fake romantic relationships and fabricated investment opportunities. A report by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, or UNODC, indicated that online scam networks have expanded rapidly across Southeast Asia, with Myanmar, Cambodia, and Thailand becoming major hotspots. According to the report, online scams caused an estimated $37 billion in losses in 2023, though real losses were likely much higher. This demonstrates that cyber fraud is not merely a criminal issue, but a major global economic and social challenge driven by highly organized crime networks. The Shwe Kokko raid also raises questions about the role of local armed groups in either enabling or combating these operations. Given past allegations that the BGF had ties to certain illicit activities in border compounds, some observers are unsure whether this crackdown represents genuine enforcement or a move designed to strengthen political control. Political dynamics, territorial control, and relations between Myanmar's military and ethnic armed factions all play into how such raids unfold and what they ultimately achieve. Another concern is the incomplete disclosure of the nationalities of the 1,590 arrested individuals. Whether most were Chinese or came from several different countries has implications for international cooperation and accountability in combating cybercrime. Authorities' seizure of large quantities of computers, phones, Starlink devices, and routers could temporarily disrupt scam operations, but systemic eradication requires more than confiscating hardware. Without targeting the masterminds and financiers, these centers may rebuild their infrastructure quickly. The raid also places additional pressure on neighboring countries such as Thailand. As scam centers are dismantled, many workers or coerced participants attempt to flee. Previously, around 1,600 foreign nationals who fled another compound called KK Park were detained in Thailand, illustrating how this issue affects the entire region. Myanmar's crackdown may therefore lead to more cross-border escapes and arrests. In the broader picture, the cyber fraud industry along Myanmar-Thailand border has become a lucrative criminal enterprise. Centers like Shwe Kokko and KK Park are highly organized, well-funded, and empowered by advanced technology. They can recruit foreign labor under deceptive employment offers and force them into scam operations. Myanmar's recent large-scale crackdown could be a turning point if the efforts continue consistently and transparently, with a focus not only on arresting low-level operatives, but also on dismantling the command structure behind these networks. Long-term success will depend heavily on international cooperation, government transparency, and the sustained commitment of Myanmar's security apparatus and local armed factions such as the BGF. For the international community, this case serves as another reminder that cybercrime is not only a technological issue, but one involving security, migration, and human rights. Countries affected both by victim losses and by trafficking of workers into scam compounds must work together to tackle the root causes. If Myanmar maintains its current momentum and expands its counter-scam operations, the Shwe Kokko raid could become a meaningful step forward in the global fight against transnational online fraud. Thank you for watching this story. If you found it meaningful, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video. And now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for staying with Societal Stories.